Have you ever felt like you're constantly running, yet you're not sure where you're going? Like life is a race, but no one told you the finish line keeps moving. You wake up, check your phone, scroll through endless notifications, and before you even start your day, your mind is already cluttered. The world is loud, and in that noise, your own voice gets drowned out. You find yourself caught in the expectations of society, the pressure to be successful, the fear of falling behind, the need to prove yourself to people who may not even care. You compare yourself to others, watching their seemingly perfect lives unfold on social media. You wonder, why do I feel so lost? Why does it seem like everyone else has figured it out except me? The truth is, you are not alone. Millions of people feel this way, trapped in routines that exhaust them, chasing achievements that don't fulfill them, surrounded by people, yet feeling completely alone. But here's what most people won't tell you. It's not about doing more. It's not about being more productive. It's not about keeping up with everyone else. It's about pausing. It's about stepping back from the noise and asking yourself, am I living a life that actually means something to me, or am I just existing? If you're watching this right now, it means something inside you is stirring. Something inside you knows that the way you've been living isn't enough. Something inside you is searching for deeper meaning, and that's a powerful place to be. Because awareness is the first step to change. And listen, you didn't just stumble onto this video by accident. You're here for a reason, because it's time for you to wake up. It's time for you to step into who you were meant to be. But first, you need to understand what's been holding you back. So, why do you feel stuck? Why does it seem like no matter how hard you try, you keep ending up in the same place? Let's talk about the invisible cycle that keeps most people trapped. It goes like this. You feel lost. You don't know what your true purpose is, so you keep yourself busy to distract from the discomfort. You chase external success. Maybe you focus on making more money, getting more recognition, or achieving certain milestones. You get a temporary high. When you accomplish something, you feel good for a while. The emptiness creeps back in. The excitement fades, and you start looking for the next thing to chase. If you've ever struggled with distractions, hit that like button and let me know in the comments what you're cutting out of your life to stay focused. 5. You feel lost again. And the cycle repeats. Sound familiar? This is why so many people feel exhausted, yet unfulfilled. Because they're searching for meaning in the wrong places. The world tells you that purpose comes from status, success, and other people's approval. But that's a lie. True purpose doesn't come from the outside, it comes from up within. So, how do you break free from this cycle? How do you stop feeling like you're just going through the motions? The first step is letting go of distractions. If your mind is constantly overwhelmed, you will never hear your true calling. If your life is filled with noise, you will never recognize the signs leading you to your purpose. And that's exactly why most people stay stuck. Not because they don't have a purpose, not because they aren't capable, but because they're too distracted to see it. Think about it. How often do you actually sit in silence? How often do you disconnect from social media, from other people's opinions, from the constant flood of information? Probably not often enough. And that's the problem. Your purpose isn't something you find out there. It's something you remember within yourself. But if your mind is cluttered with stress, comparison, and pressure, you'll never hear it. So here's what you need to do right now. Make a decision to take back control of your mind, a decision to stop letting distractions dictate your life, a decision to create space for clarity, It doesn't have to be a huge, overwhelming change. Start small. Take 10 minutes. Today, to just sit in stillness. No phone, no music, no distractions, just you and your thoughts. It might feel uncomfortable at first. That's normal, because when you've been avoiding yourself for so long, facing yourself can feel scary. But on the other side of that discomfort is clarity. And clarity is the foundation of purpose. If you're ready to break free from the noise, if you're ready to stop living on autopilot, if you're ready to start stepping into the life you were meant to live, then drop a comment right now saying, "I'm ready." And while you're here, make sure you subscribe to this channel, because if you don't, you'll keep falling back into the same cycle of stress and confusion. And I don't want that for you. This is your time, your wake-up call, your chance to finally change your life. Are you going to take it? And comment "I'm ready" below, and let's do this together. Life feels like a never-ending race. Your mind is constantly spinning, thoughts bouncing from one task to another, and in all this noise, you've lost something important: yourself. When was the last time you just sat in silence? Not scrolling, not responding to messages, not drowning in responsibilities, just being. Most people never do it. Why? Because silence feels uncomfortable. When there's no distraction, you're forced to listen to a voice inside, the one you've been avoiding. But let me tell you something, silence is not empty. Silence is full of answers. The world wants to keep you busy, distracted, exhausted, because a tired mind is easier to control. But when you slow down, when you make space for yourself, that's when clarity comes. And when clarity comes, you become unstoppable. So today, let's do something different. Take a deep breath. Right now, in this moment, let go of everything fighting for your attention. Your worries, your stress, your overthinking. This is your time to reset. Are you ready? If you're tired of living in chaos, if you know you need stillness in your life, comment below. I choose peace. And if you're serious about transforming your life, hit that like button right now. Because what's coming next will change everything. A person scrolling through social media, comparing their life to others, feeling behind. Cut to them putting their phone down, stepping outside to breathe fresh air. Let me ask you something. What are you chasing? More money, more success, more approval from people who don't even care? Society teaches you to measure your life in year numbers. Followers, salary, likes, possessions. But let me tell you the truth. None of it will ever be enough. Because when you build your life on one external validation, you will always feel empty. And that's why so many people feel lost. They want to have everything, but feel like they have nothing. Because what truly matters isn't what the world tells you. It's peace. It's knowing you're living a life that feels right for you. It's waking up without anxiety. It's being happy with what you have, instead of always wanting more. So, stop for a moment, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, if everything disappeared tomorrow, what would still matter? Your relationships, your inner peace, your health, your purpose. The moment you stop chasing what doesn't fulfill you, you make space for what does. And that's when everything changes. If this message speaks to you, drop a comment below. I choose what matters. And if you're ready to shift your life towards what truly matters, subscribe now. Because this journey, it's just beginning. You've been feeling it for a while now, that inner restlessness. Like something in your life isn't right, like you're meant for more. Guess what? You're not imagining things. You were made for a purpose. But here's the thing. Purpose isn't something you just find. It's something you build. And it starts with one simple decision: to stop living on autopilot. Because let's be real, most people are just existing. They wake up, they go to work, they distract themselves with entertainment, then they do it all over again. No passion, no excitement, just survival. But that's not the life you were meant for. So, what's stopping you from stepping into your purpose? Fear, doubt, not knowing where to start. Here's the truth. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to take one step in the right direction. So what is that step for you? Maybe it's finally believing that you deserve more. Maybe it's walking away from what's draining you. Maybe it's trusting that everything is falling into place, even if you don't see it yet. Whatever it is, take that step today. If you're ready to align your life with your true purpose, comment below. I choose purpose. And if you know deep down that you need to stay on this path, subscribe now. Because missing out on this journey, that's not an option. You feel it, don't you? That deep, unsettling feeling when you know you need to move forward, but something inside you holds you back. It's fear. Fear of stepping into the unknown. Fear of failing. Fear of losing what's familiar. But let me tell you something powerful. The staying the same is the real danger. You see, life is always moving. Time is always flowing. And the more you resist change, the more you delay the breakthroughs, blessings, and transformation that are already waiting for you. So why do we fear change so much? Because the mind is wired to protect you from discomfort. It prefers what's predictable, even if that means keeping you stuck in situations that no longer serve you. Have you ever felt like you're walking in circles? Like no matter how much you try, you keep ending up in the same place? That's because fear keeps you looping in the past instead of stepping into the future. Here's the truth. Growth requires discomfort. Success requires risk. Transformation requires letting go. And when you resist change, you don't stay safe. You stay stagnant. But today, you're going to break free. Ask yourself this: where will I be in 5 years if I keep living the way I am today? If your answer scares you, then that's the sign that it's time to move. Maybe you're in a job that drains you. Maybe you're in a relationship that doesn't support you. Maybe you've been stuck in the same patterns of fear, procrastination, and self-doubt. Listen carefully. The life you dream of isn't just going to appear one day. You have to step into it. And that requires change. If you don't, life will force you to change. Anyway, the job you hate will burn you out. The unhealthy relationship will break you. The opportunities you delay will disappear, and you'll look back one day and wonder, why didn't I just do it sooner? But that won't be you anymore, because today you choose differently. Today, you stop fearing change and start embracing it. Accept that fear is part of the process. Fear doesn't mean stop. It means you're stepping into new territory. Let it be the sign that you're on the right path. Visualize the version of yourself who is already on the other side. Imagine yourself confident, thriving, successful. See yourself already walking in the life you desire. Now ask, what would that version of me do today? Stop waiting for the perfect time. It will never come. The perfect time is a myth. The right time is now. Take one bold step. You don't have to change your whole life in a day. Just take one small, bold action that moves you closer to your goal. Surround yourself with those who support your growth. If the people around you are keeping you in fear, find new people. Connect with those who challenge and inspire you, and listen. If this message is speaking to you, drop a comment below. I am ready. Let the world know you're choosing change today. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Because this journey you're on, you don't have to do it alone. We're here to walk it with you. Let's be real. How much of your life has been shaped by what other people think? How many dreams have you put on hold because you were afraid of being judged? How many times have you ignored your inner voice because someone else's opinion seemed louder? It's time to stop living for approval and start living for purpose. Because if you keep chasing validation from others, you will never be free. Since childhood, we've been conditioned to seek approval. Good grades meant praise. Doing what others wanted kept us accepted. Being different made us feel isolated. So we learned to fit in, to mold ourselves into what others expected. But what happens when fitting in means losing yourself? Here's the truth. No matter what you do, someone will always disapprove. No matter how much you achieve, it will never be enough for some people. And no matter how hard you try, not everyone will like you. So why waste your life trying to please them? Think about this. If you keep making choices based on what people think, who's really in control of your life? Them. You become a prisoner of their opinions. You want to start that business, but you're afraid they'll laugh. You want to walk away from that toxic relationship, but you fear what they'll say. You want to change your life, but you're worried they won't support you. But let me ask you this. Will their opinions pay your bills? Will their validation bring you happiness? Will their approval make you feel fulfilled at the end of your life? No. Because it's your life. And you don't need permission to live it. Realize that no one has to understand your journey but you. Stop explaining. Stop justifying. Just live. Thus, detach from the fear of judgment. Ask yourself, if I wasn't afraid of what people think, what would I do differently? Now go do that. Find your own voice. If you've spent your life living for others, it's time to discover what you truly want. What makes you come alive? What excites you? Follow that. Set boundaries. If people in your life try to control or guilt trip you, set clear boundaries. Their approval is not required. Remind yourself daily, I am enough as I am, because you are. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. And listen, if you're ready to break free from the need for approval, drop a comment right now. Myself, because the journey to freedom, clarity, and purpose, it starts here. You've come a long way on this journey, through uncertainty, self-doubt, and fear of change. But now the real question is, how do you keep living in alignment with your purpose every single day? It's easy to feel inspired for a moment. It's easy to feel clarity after reading something powerful. But the real challenge comes when life gets chaotic again, when distractions creep in, when the doubts return, or when you're tempted to settle for comfort over purpose. If you're ready to truly walk in purpose, let's go deeper. Living a purpose-driven life isn't always convenient. It's not always comfortable. And that's why so many people give up too soon. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to live with unshakable passion, while others just drift through life, constantly searching for meaning? The difference isn't talent. It isn't luck. It's commitment. Purpose demands sacrifice. It demands discipline. It demands that you show up even when you don't feel like it. What's one area in your life where you've been choosing comfort over purpose? Drop it in the comments below. I want to hear your thoughts. Now, how do you keep you on track? Start every day with intention. Most people wake up, check their phones, and immediately get lost in distractions. But if you want to live with purpose, you have to be intentional from the start. Instead of reaching for your phone, take a moment to ask yourself, what is the most important thing I need to focus on today? What is one step I can take toward my purpose? What distractions do I need to avoid? Eliminate the noise that's pulling you away. Distractions are the one killer of purpose. The world is constantly throwing things at you. News, social media, endless entertainment, unnecessary drama. If you're not careful, you'll spend hours consuming other people's lives. Instead of building your own, it's time to protect your energy. Unfollow accounts that don't align with your vision. Limit mindless scrolling and replace it with learning or creating. Set boundaries with people who drain you instead of inspire you. Surround yourself with the right people. Your circle will either push you closer to your purpose or pull you further away. Who you spend time with matters more than you think. Ask yourself, do the people around me encourage my growth, or do they keep me stuck? Am I surrounded by people who inspire me to be better? Who do I need to let go of in order to move forward? If you don't have the right people around you yet, go find them. Watch videos that motivate you. Read books that challenge you. Seek mentors who are already living the kind of life you want. Tag someone in the comments who inspires you to be better. Let's give them some love. There will be days when you feel like you're not making progress. There will be moments when you question everything, and that's normal. But here's the key. You cannot let doubt stop you. What separates people who fulfill their purpose from those who don't is the ability to keep going even when they don't have all the answers. Trust the process. Progress is happening even when you don't see it. Don't chase perfection. Just take the next step, and the path will become clearer. Remember why you started. When doubt comes, remind yourself of the bigger picture. At the end of the day, living a purpose-driven life isn't about one big decision. It's about 1,000 small choices every single day. If you've ever struggled with little bad habits, hit that like button and let me know in the comments what you're cutting out of your life to stay focused. All you got to choose is the choice to show up even when you feel like quitting, the choice to focus on progress instead of perfection, the choice to trust your journey even when it's unclear. One thing that most people forget when talking about purpose is this. Your purpose is bigger than you. It's not just about how fulfilled you feel today. It's about the impact you leave behind. When you truly step into purpose, you start asking yourself, who will benefit from the life I'm building? What kind of legacy am I leaving behind? How will my choices today affect future generations? When you live with legacy in mind, everything changes. You stop making short-term decisions that only serve you in the moment. Instead, you start focusing on what truly matters. You show up differently. You make wiser choices. You start pouring into others instead of just thinking about yourself. A purpose-driven life isn't just about you. It's about the people you inspire, the wisdom you pass on, and the impact you make. If you could be remembered for one thing, what would it be? Drop it in the comments. I want to hear from you. You were created for more. Your purpose is bigger than your fears, and your life is meant to have real impact. You got this, mate.